Hello everybody, welcome to week 5 of Personnel Psychology. This week by now should be somewhat a little bit routine for you after going through the last month's worth of activities. However, this week is a big week because it's when you turn in your final project. The readings for the week, of course, are provided for you. Our topic is culture and climate. They may be at first a little bit challenging to understand the difference between the two. Perhaps one way of understanding the difference is that culture can be described as perhaps how the organization desires to have the organization culture through their mission statement, their rules, regulations, who they hire, all those things. It's sort of like the planned culture. But also there's another part to it, and that's the reality of how the culture turns out, and that's impacted by the climate. The climate, in turn, you might be able to see more as a bit external. The various teams, individuals, departments, how they interact with each other, how the rules, regulations are all enforced or carried out. All of those things contribute to the climate, which then, of course, additionally will contribute to the overall culture. So perhaps that's one way of looking at that. Once you're done with your readings, I do have a couple videos made for you. And then for the discussion for this week, you will in turn compare contrast differences between culture and climate, as I have here briefly. As usual, find additional scholarly literature to support your discussion posts. Describe some of the components of a culture that perhaps would promote a happy, motivated environment and employees. And then some techniques and methods that managers, leaders might use to promote a positive climate. Again, understanding that there are some distinct differences, but also that these two can impact each other. The culture can impact climate, and the climate can impact culture. Once you've completed that for the week, then you will, of course, contribute your final part of the employment life cycle project. That will be turned in at the end of the week or whenever you complete it. And I guess I would just say pay very close attention to details throughout that entire presentation. Go back now that you've gotten this far in a class and perhaps understand some things a bit better than you did maybe in week 1 or 2. Who knows? You may even want to recreate some slides. You may want to improve them. Perhaps you want to create and I would highly advise that, create a conclusion to your PowerPoint presentation. The ultimate goal behind this project is that you should be able to take this completed PowerPoint presentation and literally give it to a human resources professional, leadership within the organization, and say, hey, look it, here are some methods that are commonly used in the industry. Here's some typical challenges, and perhaps to some degree, here is what I would perhaps recommend as a future industrial organizational psychologist, professional consultant, what have you. Here are some things that I would recommend that could be applied to improve this organization in the various areas of the employment life cycle. I hope you really enjoyed this class so far and this project, only 1 week to go, which next week we will then be in turn reviewing and evaluating how you have done throughout this class. And again, I just hope you learned a lot. You have a very blessed day and look forward to working with you later on. Thanks a lot.